Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to our weekly live here on YouTube and Instagram. So I hope you're well. And I'm here, I'm by myself today. I have no partner in crime here sharing the live with me. But today the live will be a little bit shorter because we're going to make uh, we're going to pick up the highlights of what we have been talking about on the past few lives and also bringing a challenge. Can you do it? That's the challenge. So, the first thing that I would like to start to remind everyone about this detox challenge is ours is different. The way that we do our approach, the way that we understand what a detox challenge is, probably is way different from the most popular ones. The green juice, losing pounds, flat abdomen, and so on and so forth. So we never target our challenges to benefit to a specific outcome unless it's self knowledge, self awareness. That's the main goal for all of us. That's the main goal of our classes. So the detox challenge is perfectly in tune with everything that we teach here at the Rose Meditation. So let's dig a little bit and overview what we have been talking since we started the subject of the detox challenge. A really important thing to explain is that we usually organize our body or ourselves mostly in three big layers, which can talk about our physical body, our emotions, and our thoughts. And the detox will also will touch in these 3 points and 3 points of view to explore a really interesting detox. Being the first one, talking about the bodies where we relate more with the food that we eat. So, yes, it's going to be a restricted week, but not to specific goal of losing a few centimeters on your waistline. That can happen, but that will be an awareness that you're going to gain through the process and not as a goal. For example, if you have a question that I think there's something that creates an inflammation, and I think this is creating this puffing effect on my belly, give it a try. Maybe you will be able to identify which ingredient or any other detail about your nutrition that is creating that. And that self-awareness is not just losing weight, it's more about knowing more about yourself. So it is a point of view that really changes everything, changes your attitude, your mindset. But if that's something that is bothering you, you can measure, you do your detox, measure at the end, and see if you can learn about the process, which is an amazing experience. I did that multiple times, and I always learn what is doing that to my body and what is not. So during the week, uh, this is what will happen. We're gonna grab all the food that you eat and you're gonna take out ingredients gradually till fasting, which will be towards the end of the week. And then a slow way to come back to a better nutrition. You're gonna do mindful choices of how you're going to eat and prepare your food. Uh, so that's the amazing part of taking out is to learn your how addicted you are to specific flavors or ingredients or drinks or beverages and so on and so forth. Okay, that's an amazing exercise to do. But besides that, we also have a detox of your emotions, and they are so close and so connected to eating that you cannot imagine. Uh, how many times we blame eating something because I'm sad, because I have a stressful meeting, because I received that news, or because I have many friends doing birthdays, so I went to multiple birthday parties. And we kind of connect this relationship with food with a relationship with others or with your emotions. Got it? So it's going to be a challenge to go to a birthday party during the detox week. What I recommend is be creative, have your own meal at home, and then hang out with them. Show up not for the meal, but for the party itself, to hang out with your colleagues, your friends, and that will be easier for you to manage a celebration. Because many times we talked about that in one of the previous lives, is that we choose what we eat based on specific emotions. How many times being sad? Oh, I'm so sad. I'm gonna grab a chocolate. I'm so stressed out. I have nothing to eat, and I'm gonna grab something that is available on the gas station on the way back to work. And that is never a mindful choice. And if the whole thing here is about mindfulness, we need to be more aware of those choices and not blame the emotions and deal with the emotions. For example, instead of grabbing a chocolate bar, call to your best friend. Such a different way of approaching your emotions, feeding your emotions with great emotions like friendship, like companionship, like trust, like being with like minded people, with your friends, with your family. It just makes more sense to have that kind of emotional nutrition, if I can say that. And the same happens with your thoughts. And nowadays, I know that social media catches a lot of our attention span, which is quite short. We are here on social media promoting this detox challenge, but there's a lot of good information out there, and there's a lot of not so good information. Same with food. Okay, there's excellent food and there's not so excellent food. There are good emotions, bad emotions. This duality will expand throughout the rest of your life. And so during this week, also be more aware of how you're going to feed your thoughts, your intellect. Which books are you going to read? How much time will you pass on social media? I know that for some specific jobs, you need your social media as a way to investigate specific subjects, okay, or to uh, get inspiration. If you're a musician and you want to solve a problem and you need to find a tutorial, great way, okay? I'm not blaming social media for uh, the way that your brain function, but we need to be aware and mindful of that. That way, you be perfectly in tune with the way that you eat, the way that you have your relationship with others, and the way that you think, and that you feed your brain with the good thoughts. And this makes a lot of sense, even if I organize this in like these three layers, which is understandable for most of us. But the biggest challenge is when these things kind of mix up with each other, and there is a huge problem. And that's why we have this challenge. For the next 3 days, I will encourage you to list everything that you eat and drink, including the time of the day, what are you eating. Okay, like, oh, at 10 a.m. I ate a protein bar by this brand. Okay, and then I had a coffee with a friend at 11:30, and then blah 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 blah, and start listing everything. And you might be surprised because most of us will think, I have a good nutrition. I take care of what I eat. But then when you write it down, just because you're writing down, there's a huge chance that you're going to think twice if you're going to have that or not. A protein bar or a banana with peanut butter. Because I'm going to write it down, maybe I'll go to the raw thing and not the packaged thing. Uh, and then the exercise starts immediately, and the results also will pop out on your paper. Or the amount of times that we are invited to a coffee with a friend, like if you work in an office, all of the coffee breaks, what are you actually having in the breakout room? With whom? What's the trigger of choosing that? Going to the vending machine or picking up an apple from a fruit box that is in front of you, and so on. All that information will be your baseline, your starting point for a detox challenge. Um, I'm going to bring a really interesting example. I was preparing another detox challenge with a company that I work with as well. And when I talked about sugar, there was this one person that says, "Oh, from everything that you need to take out, I think what is worse here is the sugar." And there is this other person that asks, "Oh, but you eat dessert. Do you have sugar?" Kind of being a little bit picky about that. And the first one said, "Yeah, sometimes, but for a week I should cut the desserts." And the second one that was more picky said, "Yeah, but I don't eat sugar. I don't eat desserts." But he was having a chai at the same time. And chai, the Indian chai, has sugar in it. And I said to the second one, I said, "Sorry about the bad news, but you are just taking sugar in this moment." Oh, that's true. No, I was talking about the desserts. And see how interesting we associate sugar with desserts and not with other food, a list of other foods that we eat regularly that has sugar. That is just a perfect example of that awareness that a challenge, a 3-day challenge that I'm bringing up right now, it can bring to you. It just lists. And those things, you're going to notice that you're going to learn so much about yourself, so much about what you are actually taking. Okay, and then you can analyze that. How many things are in a package and how many things are real food? Quantities, intervals between meals, the number of meals per day, and so on. Maybe your perception without using the paper, and then after using the paper, might change. Okay, so this is the challenge that I bring to you, and I hope you're gonna have fun because I will. We all will have fun by listing that. If you don't have a paper, feel free to use your cell phone, the notes. Taking pictures can work as well, but if you repeat, you need to take a second picture. So you don't take a picture of a plate and then you serve the second time and you don't take a picture. Please take a picture of everything, including drinks and everything else. And that way you're going to have a better awareness of what is your default, even though it's a little bit uh, already adapt because you are putting awareness on that, and usually you make better decisions. That happens with everything. You put awareness on one thing that you're doing, you're going to do better. I teach breath work. That's key. Everybody's breathing, but when I say stop, pause, and breathe. Bring awareness to your breath, and immediately everyone starts to breathe better. If I say put attention on walking on the street, people might take the phone to the pocket and be more aware of the steps, the sidewalk, the traffic lights, and everything else. It's just an amazing exercise. Is put your attention into one thing, and that one thing will be better than your default. And so this is it. Okay, I hope you're gonna have a lot of fun, and share your thoughts, share your insights with us. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to us. You can use social media to reach out to us. There's no bots, real people behind the scenes replying to you by email as well. So use the comment sections. We will reach out to you at the same time. And that way we can learn more with the group, right? Community is that special ingredient that will just leverage the results. Being in a group of like-minded people, doing the challenge together, sharing insights, sharing the questions, sharing the doubts, the conquers, feelings, is just great, and it helps so much, so much. So you're invited to this 3-day challenge and to our detox challenge that will start very soon. If I'm not wrong, I'm a little bit tired today, so I think it's on the 28th of July that will start, with the previous session that will explain in detail what is going to happen day by day. So we meet the group that is enrolled in the detox challenge, have this general overview of what is going to happen, and then next day, day 1, we start the challenge till day 7, day 8, who knows, day 9, because we want to push somehow your experience of a detox challenge through time, to make it more sustainable, to make it more than just a starting point and an end point. It is a journey that expands to more mindful decisions of your life. Are you up to it? So, can you do it? I really think you can. So, you're invited. I'm here. I'm Nuno, teacher and director of the Rose Meditation, and I hope to see you next week. Until then, have a mindful week. Bye bye, you all.